me see what you got. US sterling. So this looks like it's an 1892 British sovereign. These are 22 carats. Let's go. Okay, that's good.
That's silver. And this is silver too, I believe.
Okay. Any other silver? I'm gonna just do it all at once.
Yeah, well, coins here.
No more sterling?
No.
Okay.
They're all 1922.
Okay. These are gonna be 25 each.
Okay.
$8.70. That's what I came up with.
Well, good.
All right. There's $8.70. Let me write you up a receipt.
Okay.
All right, let's go over everything that we bought. So this is some nice Vermeil stuff. I only paid $30 for all of this, and I'll probably get 3 or 4 times my money just because this is like nice, cute stuff. Vermeil does well. This is a nice piece. You know, each of these rings I'll probably get 20 or 30 bucks on. So did well there. Only got 25 into this. This is worth about 50. Little tiny piece of gold. This is worth about 300, but I'm gonna hold my breath if I can get that price because everything from the Franklin Mint is expensive boomer shit that doesn't sell fast. So, you know, for the price I paid, I think I did okay, but I saw these going for 300 online. We'll see. Probably about 40 bucks on this. This I gotta look up. I bought it just for the gold value. It's from 1892. So I gotta see what these are going for. I imagine I'll make about 100 bucks on these. I threw these up for $100 more than I paid, just trying to blow out the whole lot. All in all with this deal, and then this is all gold-filled jewelry that I'll save some of it. Most of this I'm gonna melt down. All in all, this deal, probably a $300 or $400 profit. All right, so I'm gonna sell some of this junk silver. This is everything I bought from that individual, plus some other stuff I've had sitting in the back. I don't like selling junk silver, you guys, and I get harassed about it all the time. Number one, like, don't buy it. You have to pay sales tax on it. It's dumb if you're trying to invest in precious metal and you're paying sales tax on something. Number two, I have a dealer who buys this stuff and he pays me top dollar, and the amount of people that try and fucking haggle with me on junk silver. So I'm gonna sell it to him because he's either paying me cash or I'm trading him for bullion, which I turn around and sell for even more than I buy from him. So I can turn something I paid 16 times face value on the stuff he's paying me today 22 times face value. And then I'm gonna turn around and just put it all into bullion I'm buying from him that I'm selling it even more. So let's see how much this is and how much I'm gonna get. There we go. $46.95. Oh shit, look at all these pennies in here. $46.95. Average it out. So I got about $7.27 into that bag. And okay, so I'm gonna make about 300 bucks on that. All right, I got some currency walking in here. So, oh yeah, and actually I just bought a graded one of these that is sitting over there. So this is a presidential, it's like 1 year of his presidency.
Yeah.
From 1980, and we have good old Saddam with his merry band of horsemen.
Weapons of mass destruction.
And his gold-plated palace. Oh, this one doesn't have him on it. Just has the horses he fucked. Very cool. You want to sell them both or just one?
We do both.
How much you want?
An ounce.
I'll do that.
Okay. Cool.
South African. Cool. Actually, I gotta stop doing this, but I might keep one of these. And actually, while I'm at it, I'm gonna just lay out all the currency that I've been sitting on for too long. I'm kind of curious how much I have because it's just a big folder that's been accumulating. So this is it. Random currency from all over the world. So we got the 2 Saddam notes that I just purchased. Nicaragua, Guinea from 1971. A lot of these are like former Soviet territories. I'm like not terribly sure what some of them are. Serbia, 1942. The Congo, 2000. Indonesia, I'm not sure where that's from. Japanese government, World War II. Very timely. Soviet territory. North Korea, which it's strange that I've had one individual has been selling me these and is a very unlikely collector. So it's been, every time he comes in, I'm like, oh God, what do you got today? More of these Soviet territories. So nothing here is terribly expensive. Some of these are in like pretty nice condition. Like this is probably like 10, 15 bucks because it's uncirculated. These ones just a couple bucks each. This is probably 15. This is probably 15. These DPRK notes, I'll probably be able to get 20 bucks each on them because it's so hard to get North Korean stuff. This is, I think this is the oldest one. This is from Russia from 1909. This is only a couple bucks because it's so ratty. I have an assortment of US currency. I got some modern star notes that are uncirculated and some ratty silver certificates, some $5 silver certs, which are a little more rare. These red seals, which are common. There's $45 here. I'll probably get 90 bucks, 100 bucks for this pile. So 100 there and all this stuff, probably 200-300 bucks somewhere in that region. But I've just been sitting on it for too long. I gotta do something with it. I do this thing whenever I get frustrated or like annoyed. I start pretending like I'm chewing on gum. If you ever see me chewing on gum and I'm clearly not chewing on gum, that means you done pissed me off and I'm thinking about cutting you. I will cut you. I will come to your house and I will cut you.
I will come to your house and I will cut you. Oh, jeez, mine doesn't look anything like his.
So we're having a little bit of eBay drama today. I sold these, they're like these 1 ounce things of silver, and I guess one of them got lost in the mail, is what it seems. Now, when you sell shit on eBay, number one, you guys, I sell so much stuff on eBay, like literally hundreds and hundreds of packages a week go out. This I think is my first item getting lost in the mail since I went off on my own. So out of thousands and thousands of transactions, one of them went awry for 40, 45 bucks. Now, when this happens on eBay, it's not my fault. I did all that was required of me as the seller. As a seller, I packaged up the item, I provided tracking. They did not purchase shipping insurance. They did not ask me if they could purchase shipping insurance. They did not ask to purchase signature confirmation, nor did I advertise it. I advertised first class packaging, which I charge a flat $4, costs me about $3.80, so I make another 20 cents, which basically offsets the cost of my bubble mailers. I'm not making any money on my shipping. So when something like this happens, yeah, it's unfortunate. But as far as eBay's tenets of what is a good seller goes, I did everything on my end right. And the fact that this happened is unfortunate, but I'm not gonna be the one to pay for it when I did everything right on my end and this person did not purchase insurance. And this guy's really pissed. Now, I've been doing eBay since I was 13. I know all the hallmarks of when I'm gonna get bad feedback no matter what, and I can already tell I'm gonna get bad feedback on this no matter what I do. Even if I give them a refund, I bet I would get bad feedback still. So it's foregone in my book, because bad feedback, negative feedback on eBay is the worst thing that can happen. So once you get that, there's really no incentive to do anything else. And like I said, I am making an assumption here, but I'm well versed enough, and this person screams difficult boomer enough where I know that there's nothing I can do to fix this. The guy wanted us, he was all pissed that his package hasn't come, and he wanted us to call the post office. That's not our job. You got the tracking number, you wanna know your packages, call the post office yourself. Apparently, it says it's been stuck in St. Paul, the holding facility, for like 10 days. So he got all pissy because we said you call, and it's not my job, you call. Fine, we'll call. So we called and they basically says lost in the mail. So we got back to him and we just said, we're sorry this happened. It appears to be lost in the mail. We're not liable because he didn't purchase shipping insurance. We did everything on our end. And this guy also, he has negative feedback that is alleging a scam that is very similar to what's going on right now. So I'm not terribly apt to believe him. And he's like, well, I've done business with you before, blah, blah, blah. The message that he sent back is just a bunch of fucking spelling errors. It just screams boomer on too many pills. And again, these people, you just cannot reason with them. Once they've made up their mind, they have impossible standards. They're looking for anything to make it a problem. They're not looking for a good time, they're looking for a bad time. It's like a storm cloud follows them. Oh, and of course, it arrived. Not sure what happened, but it matters that it's here. Apologies for the language. I hope you don't think I'm a scammer and we can still do business in the future. This is the person that threw a fucking temper tantrum because their item was delayed by USPS and left this insane negative feedback calling me a scammer. Like, holy shit, you took a fucking massive steaming shit on my business. And then you're like, oh, just kidding, it arrived. Cool, some Japanese sets. Boy, I don't see these very often. Mint Bureau, Ministry of Finance, Japan. Oh, cool. Oh, that's pretty. Wow, that's really cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 11 sets. You're reasonable on price. What do you have in mind? I don't ever see Japanese stuff, so I don't really know.
75 for the pile.
Deal. Cool.
A few more. Japans.
It's a set. Seto. Take $40,000 to be able to read that. And I can't read this part. I'm Asian Japanese.
Right?
Wouldn't recommend it. I can't even say I wouldn't even recommend it in Japanese.
Australian set? Never seen one of those.
Oh, that's fun.
Trinidad and Tobago. Oh yeah, I bought this because I thought my dad wanted the bird coins, and then I found out I had one with the silver already cut out.
How much?
It was just shy of 2 ounces of silver. 55. I think I was able to snag it for 50, so.
Okay, I'll do 55 on that if it's got 2 ounces of silver.
Yeah.
277, call it 280.
Sweet.
Cool. So he must be paying like next to nothing for this stuff, and he just must be kind of like me, just wanting to turn it on more of the retail angle. So the Hebrew sets, the Israeli sets, these are actually just like not good. I get maybe $6, $7, $8 on these, but he charged me 15 for all these, so I'll probably make about 20 bucks here. Some of these sets I gotta look up, like this could easily be a $100+ set. It's silver. Some of these other sets he sells me, like this is probably like a $40 or $50 set, I would think. I mean, some of this I'm gonna just blow it out in a big boomer shit lot to get rid of it. These are pretty good. Yeah, these Bahama coins, I gotta look these up. I bet these are like 10 bucks each. The Bahamas makes really good coins, but where it's interesting here is this Japanese stuff, because for $85 I got all this, and I bet these sets are probably low end 20 bucks each, high end maybe 30, 40. So I spent 280, probably taken total 500, 600, so I'll double my money up at least. So it's only been about a day since I bought this. I paid $5 for this set, and I got 150, so not bad at all. Unfortunately, these coins are like bouncing around, so I had to put them all in holders. Hopefully this seller doesn't, or this buyer doesn't get upset. That's what's up. I just did a deal off camera for some vintage pins. Let's take a look at what I got. He wanted 400, and I was like, no. And I offered him 150, and he was like, no. And he wanted 2, and I was like, no. We met in the middle at 175. This is cool stuff. The thing is, this is gonna sell fast. I bet this Mickey Mouse one, the most expensive one, this will sell fast. These will sell kind of fast, so I'll get my money back, and then the rest of this is gonna be profit. But like, some of these I'm just not gonna bother listing, like these like vintage dog ones. These are just gonna be for mystery boxes, a Monaco flag pin. If I get $6 on it, I don't even want to take the time. Some of these other ones are okay. Somehow this white head and hog co blue pin, it's an NRA pin? Oh, gross.
From my cold, dead hand.
So the person who sold this to me did all the research for me, which is kind of nice. They came in with what I can expect to get for these retail. The thing is though, when somebody's bringing this in, they're using this as a negotiating tactic, because they say, well, look and see what I can get for it. This is what it's worth, so pay me the price that you see here. And it's like, well, no, because I, 1, need to make money, and 2, have to pay somebody to list this, / have to list it myself. It doesn't just get magically listed. Overall though, this is some pretty good stuff. I'm pleased with it. I'm gonna do some research. I kind of like this one. Grand Army of the Republic Civil War pin veterans. It's like, it immediately seems Masonic to me. Like, I understand that it's, you know, the American flag and the star and stuff like that, but it just screams Mason to me. Okay, so this is gonna be one of my projects for today, is listing these. And then these fake coins that I bought a couple weeks ago, I actually had a school teacher in Wisconsin reach out to me, and he wanted to buy these. And 1, I don't think I can legally sell these fake coins, or I don't feel good about it. But 2, I love teachers. Teachers are very, very, very important. If you are a teacher, thank you for what you do. So I'm gonna just send him these for free as a thank you for being a teacher, because I guess they're covering American coinage in his coin class, or in his class. So these are finding a good home. And this, I decided not to get graded. This is worth about $250 to $300. It's a commemorative $half. I paid $7 for it. I'm not gonna get it graded because I've been disappointed with PCGS and the grades that I've been getting returned, but this is a really, really, really high grade. Like, I would think this is low end in MS64, high end in MS66. We covered commemorative $half already on Pawn Man in one of my informative segments. Can't remember what episode though. Go check it out. Oh, almost 1,000 items, $9.99. So I've already sold all the grain belt ones. I sold one of these, a Buick one sold. None of the super expensive ones have sold, but for $175, I basically recouped all my money, and I haven't even sold the expensive ones yet. So actually, I will profit very well off of this deal, which is really nice. I'll probably make about $200-ish off this deal. However, and I know the guy who sold me this is watching. What's up, James? He sold me some other stuff, and I have not come out ahead on that yet, but these I like. The only thing is though, when I do get stuff like this, it's one of those things like he had showed me what they do retail for, and this happens all the time where people bring in something and they show me where it retails, or like what it retails for, and it's like, okay, that's great, but I doubt I'm gonna be able to get that, because 9 times out of 10, I usually get 85% tops of whatever I see the retail price going for, and then I have eBay fees, and I had to pay somebody to list it, and yada, yada, yada. So in this case, I was more bullish. We did, like I said, some negotiating. He wanted 4, I was like 150, we met at 175. I do feel my offer is very fair, and I feel that this deal just went really well, and I'm pleased with how it went, but I think everything went right for this deal in terms of what I need to be making for my margins, what's a fair offer, what takes up enough cash, because like, I don't want to spend $400 on buttons and not sell them. I spent on all those Soviet pins, I did make about $100 on them. My God, I spent almost $500 to get them, and the amount of effort to make $100 was nuts. Listing these pins on eBay did take up, oh God, I bet it took me about 3 hours to get all these listed, 2 hours. I was just really busy. But no, this is good. This I like. Interestingly, this one is one of the more expensive ones. It's like a little blue dot. Got some packages from Germany. Let's take a look and unbox them. Oh, this is Strasbourg University. This one's pretty rare. Well, they're all pretty rare. It's funny is I have messaged this seller and I've been like, I want to buy everything you have. Will you just give me some kind of contact info or contact me on social media? And so he's being very tongue-in-cheek about it because it's against eBay policy and I guess he doesn't want to get kicked off. But I keep forgetting he keeps saying, I keep putting you notes in these packages in front of you because I'm getting most of this from one seller. And I keep throwing away the notes. And I just remembered, it looks like he finally put a note in. I don't know how many more of these I'm gonna get though, because I have like over $10,000 into this at this point. So this one, this police service award, I wanna say this is like, it's like 500 or 600. And this one was like 400 or 500. This is the collection I built so far. It's about 65% complete. I will show you guys the whole collection when it's done. None of this is for sale yet. It will be for sale this summer. Honestly, the prices are starting to move, so I'm gonna watch them climb and then I'm gonna sell it. But you guys, these are so ridiculously, incredibly rare. I bet there's only a handful of these known. I bet a lot of these are the highest grade known on the market, period. And each of these, I like these so much because each of these tells a story. It tells the story of the Third Reich in metals. So like right here, this one's one of the most expensive. I think this one's like 800. It's a SS token, been graded MS64. This is blood and soil. That was one of the Nazi slogans. Farm living and farmland and farm creatures and Lebensraum, living space, it's all kind of correlated and connected together. So that's what this represents. This is a police service award. I can't imagine what horrible things you had to do to get a police award in the Third Reich. This one was about 700. These prices, you guys, it might be higher by the time you guys are wanting to buy this. I just stuck these on as like an idea. I think this one I might keep. Depends what's going on here. I think this is a Nazi seance at potentially Weewelberg Castle. Is that where it is? What's the fucking crazy asshole's name? Himmler. It was Himmler's castle. I mean, I might be wrong, but it looks like it's some kind of a seance medal. And it says medal of merit, but it might have like connections like a seance. This one's been cleaned. I forget how much I paid on this one. So this is the collection here. This is what I'm doing. And this summer, I'm either gonna do the whole thing as one giant ridiculous price. It'll be like 30 or 40,000 or something ridiculous. And then if I can't sell it, then I'll just part it out. But these are rapidly rising in value. And I discovered these like at the perfect time. So this is my collection I've been doing in secrecy. And I'm gonna be talking about it more and more. Admittedly, I did conjure this whole thing on acid. Who says drugs give you bad ideas? What's going on, you guys? We're Between the Pawn. I'm Evan, and joining me, finally, is my father, Harold Kail, the man who discovered the Morgan silver dollar deep near proof like. So, finally you're on the show. We've been trying to record this for a while. You're like capturing Bigfoot on film. He does exist. So we've got some viewer questions. Before we get into that, why don't you briefly tell the audience, very briefly, about the process of discovering deep near proof likes and how you went to prison for it?
Well, I discovered them in the 70s, and I'm in Florida, and I'm going through a bag. It was actually of Carson City silver dollars. I slid open, it was a mint-sewn bag. I slid it open, and I'm going through this with a friend of mine who's another coin expert. We're going through this, and I'm going, George, separate the proof likes from the non-proof likes. So we were separating them all. As I was moving one to another, I noticed that one of the proof likes was so deep that I kept moving it out and further out, and I kept seeing my reflection. Definition of a proof like is 12 to 18-inch reflection. I said, these are deeper than a proof like. These are like mirrors, and someday they will be known as deep mirror proof like silver dollars, and they will have a distinction all their own. And of course, back in the 80s, it came to be that a lot of people were looking for deep mirror proof like silver dollars. There wasn't a grading service that existed then, really. And I'd buy them. I would resell them, and I resold them for profit. Government said I can't make more than 20%. Well, excuse me, first of all, caveat emptor, buyer beware. What happened to democracy? And I had a return privilege on my coins, that if they didn't like it, the money went into an escrow account. I didn't touch it. They didn't like the rare coins, they got their money back. I didn't grade them. My brother-in-law and a couple other people sent out a few, and I mean a few, letters that said the replacement value on this coin is 7,500, 5,000, 3,000. The government's graders came in and said, yeah, this is beautiful, but the replacement value isn't 7,500. Why don't we say it's 2,000? So they hit me for overcharging and sending out letters to create a market and a value. I didn't know that the fair market, they put fair market value is. Well, the fair market value is what I paid at auction, and if I were to resell it, the fair market value would be what somebody else paid. The government said because of those letters that they were relying upon it, I sent it by mail, therefore it was fraud and it was mail fraud. And I did many years of time in federal prison. And I was hit with a massive fine.
How much was your fine?
$501,738, and I repaid it.
In what year?
This would be 1983.
So adjusted for inflation, that is $1,416,291.52.
Yeah.
All right, so we got some viewer questions. I have 8 of them here. First question is coming from California Matt off YouTube. Actually, all these are coming from YouTube except for one.
Okay.
California Matt asks, does your dad still collect Morgan silver dollars? If so, what's the rarest? Secondly, are there any Morgans that are undervalued in your opinion? And which do you think have more numismatic value in the future?
First of all, it's a brilliant question. Yes, I collect silver dollars in terms of the most valuable, I'm not going to say, but some of the undervalued dates, I like some of the Carson City ones where they have a mintage of, say, 500,000 or a million or a very small limited edition. Those are the ones I think that are undervalued and should be bought. I like deep mirror proof lights. I think they're going to continue to soar. They're truly rare. Any date you can get one. I always got the absolute highest I can absolutely afford, which usually was a 66 deep mirror. I owned a 1980s MS68 deep mirror proof light, one of 2 known. It's not even in the PCGS books, and PCGS graded it. That one's worth a fortune. It's probably undervalued because there's only 2 known out of $500 million silver dollars.
Okay, question 2 coming in from Alexander Brush. Alexander asks, question for your dad, has he tried to get a pardon since his discovery and is now an accepted graded category and therefore not fraud?
Getting a pardon, you get it from the President of the United States. No, I've not tried yet. I'd like to. I just turned 70. I can't believe it, but I would like to before my life is over, and it's something that I will try to do.
Okay, question 3 coming in from Ethan Delisle. Ethan asks, what are the chances that if you take out of the graded case and send it back, that it will come back a higher grade? Out of the top 3 legit graders, which do you think gives the best grades, or are they all hard asses?
They're all hard asses, and I will tell you something. If you take a PCGS coin, and you can quote me on this PCGS, because I've done it, take it out and send it into another grading service. There can be 5 grades difference, which there was, and each one is a hard ass. I haven't had particularly great experience with any of the grading services, but I recommend PCGS because they're probably the most accurate, but I think that they are overly conservative.
Okay, next question is coming from TikTok. Arc63 asks, could there be wrongful imprisonment suit for going to jail for something you didn't do?
No, not unless you're found out to be innocent. Even when you're pardoned by the president, you agree to drop any and all actions, further actions, regarding your case. So once you're in the system, you're in the system. It's almost impossible to get out.
Okay, next question. This is the last one about your past.
Okay.
Would you ever get into the silver business after going to prison? Coming from Cosimo Wow.
No.
Okay, last question is more for me. Johnny Wynn. Have you ever thought of running a mini refinery to melt down gold and silver and make your own pours out of junk jewelry that are precious metal? No, I'm not going to do that because I have a refiner that I work with here in Minnesota, and that is, I'm so busy, you guys. I don't have time to do that. And I know I could make more money, but I'm doing just fine on my own. Ain't broke, don't fix it. If I add too much shit onto my plate, I'm gonna drown. So it's extra labor. I don't want to deal with it. I don't have the facility here to start smelting. I'm sure I'd have to do all kinds of shit with the city that I'm in to get up to code. No way, I won't get into that with a 10-foot pole.
There are no Brinks trucks at cemeteries. Remember that.
Advice for young people getting into coin collecting now?
Do your homework, read books, decide what area that you want to go into, pick an area that others aren't going in. Let's say you collect 2-cent pieces or colonials. Pick an area that's rare and not really followed, and go there, and you'll do well once you educate yourself.
There are some elements that I myself am following. In fact, I showed you some of it today. I started buying a certain something that I'm not gonna say because I talked too early about the Minerva dollars and the boat sailed away, the price took off. So I'm doing this now with something else, and I'm not gonna say what it is, but this has been something that you've taught me that I've always kind of had in the back of my mind, is do what others are not doing. You know, it's how I got on TikTok here, on social media, on YouTube, doing this business, because I looked out on the landscape of social media. And my God, the only people that were making content were making terrible content. They're boring old boomers. And it's just like, well, shit, I'm a young person in this game. There's a whole market for me to capture, and it's going pretty well. All right, guys, well, that about does it. If you guys like this video, be sure you give it a thumbs up. Hit that notification button so you know when new episodes of Pawn Man are coming out. Become a Pawn Man Patreon. Every dollar I get goes toward improving this show. I want to thank my father, Harold Kail, for coming here on the program. Finally, after many months of saying that he's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
Thank you.
He does exist.
That's my son.
Autism, Evan. What? Okay. What else do I want to say? Post your questions in the comment section for the next Between the Pawn. Follow me on social media at Evan Kail, at Pawnman. Get my books on Amazon, and I will see you guys back here. I'm sure we will see you guys back here for another episode of Pawn Man.
Bye-bye.
Later, guys.
What?